In the first 10 seasons of The Walking Dead, characters landed an estimated 5,000 headshots. It's the #1 rule of the apocalypse: destroy the brain. But in a real-world collapse, under unimaginable stress, this single survival rule is not just impractical, it's a death sentence.
You've seen every movie, you've played every game, you've mentally packed your bug-out bag. You think you're ready, but the hard truth is, the pop culture survival guide that you've absorbed is a fantasy. It's a script designed for heroes, not survivors. Today, we're exposing the top 5 zombie movie myths that are, in fact, a fatal mistake. These are the tropes that feel right, but will lead to your doom. Before we start the countdown, what's that one movie trope you always scream at the TV about? Is it the characters who somehow find unlimited ammo and gasoline? Is it the fact that they never ever seem to get infections from open wounds? Or is it the classic whisper quiet chainsaw? Let me know your biggest zombie movie pet peeve in the comments below. It's a debate that's long overdue. Now, let's begin.
Our number 5 myth: the katana is the perfect weapon. We all know the image. The stoic survivor with a gleaming blade on their back, silently slicing through the undead with effortless grace. It's cool, it's clean, and it's a complete fantasy. A katana is a highly specialized, master-crafted weapon designed for a single purpose: cutting flesh in a trained martial art. It is not a utility tool. In the hands of an amateur, a sword is just a very long, very sharp piece of metal that is surprisingly easy to break. Worse, it's a high-risk tool.
What movie heroes never show you is the reality of a blade getting stuck. When you swing a katana into a target, it can and will get lodged in bone or thick cartilage. Pulling it free takes time and leverage, 2 things you do not have when you're facing a group.
This isn't Kill Bill. Every swing you take that isn't a perfect clean cut is a gamble that blunts your blade, chips the steel, or gets it stuck, leaving you defenseless. The real-world alternative isn't cool at all. It's boring, and it's effective. A simple carpenter's hammer is a far superior weapon. It's perfectly weighted, designed for high-impact strikes, and almost impossible to break. The claw end provides a reliable secondary tool for prying or hooking.
An even better option? The crowbar. It requires 0 maintenance, has no moving parts, and its prying power is a multi-tool that can open doors, scavenge crates, and move obstacles. But its greatest strength as a weapon is its range and its blunt force physics. It doesn't need to be sharp, it just needs to connect. The katana is a single-use, high-risk fantasy. The crowbar is a multi-use, low-risk reality.
Coming in at number 4 is the myth that a car is a safe house on wheels. This is the ultimate getaway fantasy. The outbreak hits, you grab your keys, you jump in your SUV, and you speed off to safety on the open road. This is a fatal mistake, and it's based on a complete misunderstanding of how the world works. The first thing that happens in any citywide panic is not an escape, it's a traffic jam. Every highway, every overpass, and every back road will become a gridlocked parking lot in a matter of hours. Every single person will have the exact same idea you do. Your powerful truck is now just a metal box, and you are trapped in it. It's not a vehicle, it's a coffin.
But let's say you get lucky. Let's say you make it out of the city. Your new enemy is fuel. Gas stations will be the single most violent and dangerous places on Earth in the first 48 hours. And even if you find one, that fuel has a shelf life. Modern gasoline can begin to degrade in as little as 3 months. Your car is not a long-term solution, it's a temporary, high-maintenance asset.
A horde can easily rock a car, break the windows, and pull you out. A single flat tire in a bad area is the end of your story. Cars are loud, resource-hungry traps that promote a false sense of security. The real key to survival is quiet, low-profile mobility on foot and the awareness that any vehicle is just a temporary tool, not a home.
At number 3, we have the hunker-down strategy.
This is the myth that the smartest thing to do is barricade yourself in your home, hide in the attic or basement, and just wait for it all to blow over. This is not a strategy. It's a slow-motion death trap. We call this the coffin strategy. When you barricade your last door, you are not sealing them out. You are sealing yourself in. You have just eliminated your own escape routes. A house is not a fortress. It's a box made of wood and glass. A determined horde or a group of desperate survivors will eventually find a way in. And when they do, you will be trapped in a fatal bottleneck with nowhere to run.
But the undead might not even be what gets you. The real, invisible threats inside your bunker are far more dangerous. First, sanitation. The moment your running water stops, your home begins to turn against you. With no way to flush waste, you are creating a biohazard that can lead to cholera and dysentery far faster than any zombie can find you. Second, fire. A single cooking accident, a stray ember, or an outside threat can turn your fortress into an inescapable inferno. You've barricaded the exits, remember? The smart move is not to hunker down. The smart move is to understand that mobility is life. Your home is not a castle. It's a temporary supply cache. Your goal is to stay hidden, stay quiet, and always have more than one way out.
This is a good moment to pause. If you're finding this analysis of real-world survival versus movie fantasy compelling, then you're in the right place. We go deep on this kind of practical, no-nonsense analysis every single week. Hit that subscribe button and join a community that's more interested in real-world logic than Hollywood fantasy. We're glad to have you.
Welcome back. Now for the big ones. Our number 2 myth is the most famous rule in the entire zombie genre. Always aim for the head. This rule is not technically wrong. Destroying the brain is the only way to be sure. But as a primary strategy, it is a fatal mistake. A headshot is a low-percentage, high-risk gamble. In a movie, it's a clean special effect. In reality, you are trying to hit a target the size of a melon, on a body that is sprinting, lurching, and flailing at you under conditions of unimaginable stress. Your hands are shaking, your adrenaline is dumping, and that target is moving erratically. A headshot with a firearm is one of the most difficult shots to make, and every miss is a wasted bullet.
But it's even worse with a melee weapon. The human skull is not a soft, breakable prop. It is a dense, curved, and incredibly strong piece of bone designed by nature to deflect impact. Swinging a bat or a hammer at a skull is a fantastic way to have your weapon skid off, get stuck, or simply fail to penetrate. You have now wasted all your energy on a low probability of success attack, and your enemy is still coming. The real practical strategy is not the kill, it's the stop. You must aim for mobility. A shot to the chest, even if not fatal, can shatter a spine. A strike with a crowbar to a knee or a hip will shatter the joint. An immobilized threat is a manageable threat. A crawler can be dispatched safely. A sprinter will end you. Stop wasting your energy on the hero shot and start focusing on the practical, disabling blow.
And finally, the number 1 deadliest myth, the one that has poisoned the entire survival genre, the belief that the lone wolf can make it. This is the ultimate movie hero fantasy. The rugged, silent survivor who trusts no one, walks the wasteland alone, and somehow thrives. This is a complete and total impossibility. The lone wolf is always the first to go. The reason is simple, and it's the one thing movies never show you. Sleep. A lone survivor must sleep. Who stands guard while you do? Who watches your back while you forage for supplies? Who defends the camp while you're treating a wound? It is a logistical nightmare. A single person cannot be a fighter, a scavenger, a medic, a mechanic, and a sentry all at once.
This is the 24-hour problem. You cannot be awake 24 hours a day. You cannot defend all 360 degrees at once. The moment you stop to rest, you are vulnerable. The moment you get a simple, infected cut, you are done. The only, and I mean only, path to long-term survival is a small, specialized, and trusted community.
The boring reality is that a group of 3 people, one on watch, one foraging, one resting, is infinitely more survivable than the single grizzled hero. The lone wolf fantasy is a story about individualism. Real survival is a story about cooperation. It's the least exciting but most truthful rule of all.
In the end, the real world doesn't follow a script. Survival isn't about the perfect headshot or the coolest weapon. It's about practical, boring, and ruthless efficiency. It's about managing your energy, mitigating your risks, and understanding that the rules of Hollywood are a fantasy. The real world is far less forgiving.
We've just torn down the myths of how to survive the apocalypse. But what would the apocalypse itself actually look like? In our next documentary, we're leaving the myths behind to tell the full, terrifying story. We present The Patient Zero Chronicle: How the World Would Fall in 7 Days. We'll track the outbreak from the first victim to the collapse of our global infrastructure day by day. You will not want to miss it.